Hello everybody, welcome to day 6 of Drawing for 100 Days. If you're coming back, let it be known that you are greatly appreciated, and I really do mean that. For those who are joining us, thank you for joining us now, and you don't have to watch any of the other videos. I'm sure you get the gist of it though. Draw for 100 days, this is day 6. I'm trying to keep consistent. So, hello everybody. Today has just started. It's actually 6 o'clock in the morning that I'm drawing this, so it'll be up in about 12 more hours when you guys wake up. No, I usually post at 3 p.m. So 12 to 3, so it's gonna be up in like 6 hours or like 8 hours, either or. It's early in the morning, so the day hasn't really happened. So I'm just gonna talk about the drawing itself and also like what I hope happens today. So today is gonna be a long day. I've obviously woke up pretty early. I hope that I'm gonna have a really good day. I hope to get as much homework as done as possible today, getting over maybe like most of my readings out of the way, most of my reflections out of the way, a lot of my psychology work. Psychology is the toughest class I have currently. It takes up the most time and also causes me to think the most, especially with like the ethics and how I'm going to apply all my my psychology learnings and how I will apply that to teaching in the future, because it just seems very in-depth. There just seems to be so many moving factors, especially the younger the kid is. The harder it is when it's younger, because like when you're older, when the kids are older, you can just explain to them through words, actions, and you can use heavier words to like articulate what you want from them. But as a kid, they're like very egocentric and they don't really understand what you mean or even symbolism between certain things. Like you might say a phrase that just is just like an everyday phrase that you say, but to them they'll take it very literally, or they need like some concrete evidence or some concrete example. So I find it very interesting, but it takes up a lot of time. So I hope to get that out of the way. I also hope to be able to run in a little bit once I upload this and like schedule it for posting later. I do intend on running before I go to school. I go to school pretty early, so I hope I can get like a mile in before, especially with this drawing making me really want to run, as you'll see once it finishes. But regardless, yeah. So today's drawing is quite different, kind of insane. It's a furry drawing. So I want to learn how to draw furries, like not like the normal furry-esque, if you know what the style I'm kind of thinking of, more like an anime-esque furry, something more like BNA or maybe like Beastars. I think Beastars is a really good example, because I like the style. I like the ability to draw that, and also like if I feel like I would have a lot more variety in my art if I did learn how to draw that. So this is like my first attempt in quite some time drawing a furry. I don't do it often, but I think this is like the first time in like 6 months that I've tackled it again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like 3 or 4 months. But regardless, how did it turn out? I actually think it turned out pretty good. I don't think the pose is crazy. I don't think it is like fantastic by any means, but for a first attempt that hasn't really happened in quite some time, I think the outcome was the best it could have been. I locked in. I think the pose is fine. I think the proportions are fine. I think you can tell that it's a furry at least. I think my biggest issue is that usually I would just slap animal ears on an anime girl and then give it like a button nose and just say it's a furry. I think that's what a lot of my old art used to be when I said furry. So this time I really focus on giving it a snout, like a very obvious snout that people can clearly see, which was super weird because I chose a face angle that's from the bottom, so it's not a traditional face angle I draw from. So not only am I very happy that I wouldn't say I nailed it, but not only am I happy that I did it at an odd angle as well. So yeah, very happy about that. I also like hair on a furry. Like I if there's a graph for furry art, and I think I lay on like a 2 or a 3 rather than a 4, maybe like a 2.5, like a 2. I would say 2.5 there, maybe a 3. I haven't seen the graph in quite some time. What am I talking about? I'm getting a little out of hand. Yeah, regardless, I think it turned out great. I think I had a lot of fun with it. I actually had a lot of fun with this, and I intend to draw some more, especially when I have 100 days ahead of me. I'm sure I'll get to do this again. Next time it'll be a bunny probably. I did a fox since I feel like a fox is quite like normal when it comes to furry stuff, like foxes, wolves, alpha, 2 wolves in me. Uh, but yeah, I do think I had a lot of fun. I don't really know what more to say because again, the day's just really started, so there isn't much for me to talk about. At least from where you're, from what I'm standing at. You guys will be seeing this later on when the day's actually started. But regardless, I think that's all I'm going to say today. I do have to get ready for school, and I hope to go on a run. So thank you very much for watching today. Thank you for showing up for day 6. If you can, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But if you don't want to do that, please give me a critique. This is a brand new thing that I'm drawing, and I'm not particularly used to it. I'm sure there are plenty of furry artists out there that are a lot better than I. And if you can give me any advice on anything that I've done wrong, right, yes, no, whatever, then that would be greatly appreciated. I promise. I look at all of these comments because they're super fun to look at. So besides that, that's all I have to say. I hope to see you very soon. So yeah, tomorrow it is, same time. Bye bye.